This time on Irate Garage, it's brake time. Ah, brake time. No, not that kind of brake time. Time to do the brakes. My 2001 Ford Super Duty. I've had some weird little issues with them in the last few weeks. Them getting hot and not releasing. So I'm doing what I do best. No diagnostics, just parts cannon. I don't trust anything with brakes. As soon as I start digging in, I'm inclined to just replace it all. Realistically, the parts aren't that expensive, at least compared to the cost of my peace of mind. This isn't even going to be really like a how-to, but more of I'm going to do it and show you guys some tricks that I've learned over the years. I'm also replacing the brake hoses. Those are awfully crusty, and I'm not sure if my releasing problem is caliper related or hose related. I've also taken the bolt out of this little clip up here, this little bracket, so I can get at it, because I didn't know if they were going to come loose or break. So realistically, the stuff doesn't look too rusty. It looks like it's been replaced somewhat recently. Just going to get in here and get to it. Even though I'm replacing the hose, I'm going to go ahead and crimp that off. So I like to do vice grips with a bit of hose on it. I don't want that to drain out of the master cylinder too much. I don't want to have to bleed the ABS system. I'm going to try to keep that from running down too low. Rust. I have a new impact today. New tool day. All right. Now what we're going to do is make a little bit of a mess. What I've seen a lot of guys do over the years is they'll sit and they'll fight with this thing and fight with it, trying to pry it off. That's not how I do it. I go ahead and compress the pistons. Even if I'm replacing everything, I just go ahead and compress these pistons. And what that'll do is make it so that the caliper will just come off. I can't tell you how many videos I've watched of people working on cars, and then they'll sit and fight and pry on a caliper for no damn reason. A little squish, squish. So push a little fluid out. Do one. And do the other. There's two pistons on these, so you don't need two C-clamps, but it works better. And I don't see too much wrong with this caliper. Okay, it should be good enough. See, that moves perfectly fine. I was right, that's a 17 millimeter. If you're just doing pads, this is a good time to see if your pins move, just like that bottom one doesn't really want to. So I'm gonna go ahead and hold these bolts, lift up with your hand just a little bit, that way it'll come out. Boom, just like that. See, no prying, no crying. This all looks pretty new. I bought this from a buddy of mine, and he seemed kind of surprised that I was having brake issues. So I'm pretty sure this was all done fairly recently. Everything looks good. I think I'm gonna stick it in the Horde. That felt a little tight, but not bad. You can tell these are glazed, though. This has been very hot. Oh, that is unpretty. See how that's all chewed up? Worn really funky. Yeah, that's not good. Really nothing. Oh, that pin's a little stiff. I'm replacing it anyway. I want to see if this little guy has enough oomph to do these big bolts for the bracket here. No. The answer is no. All right. I need to use the Big Daddy. we go. There we go. Amazing what a little torque will do. I like to look those over as I take them out, make sure there's nothing crappy, nothing bad on there. There we go. Excellent. Yeah, nothing, a little rusty, but shit, nothing bad. Sometimes these, you have to hit these with a hammer, but for the most part, they will just come right off. There it goes. So here's the old rotor. As you can see, very rusty and very bad. And that's what that groove from the brake pad, is from. Right in there. So, yeah, that's not good. Pretty rusty. Quite the ridge. I'd say maybe even it might even be about a 16th in spots. Yeah, same on the outside here. Actually, the outside doesn't even look that bad. So this isn't even all that rusty. I don't think these brakes are that old. Now we have the old stuff parked next to the new. I mean, it's pretty basic stuff. You want to look it over and make sure it looks right. We'll have to take this bracket off in order to assemble everything. I know it kind of looks like you can load it up and put it on, but I've tried in the past and it doesn't really work. You also want to take and clean off any oil that's on this, on the face here. And I got this stuff from Detroit Axle. They have like a whole kit on Amazon. There's not a whole lot of oil on this, but it does feel kind of sticky. And I wonder if there's some kind of a cosmoline on it or something. So hit it with the brake clean, put it on the truck. I do like to throw a couple lug nuts on here, just kind of holds that in place. And we're just gonna gently run those home. And then I believe the torque spec is about 160. Yeah, it felt like 160 to me. Got some brake lube. I'm going to go ahead and throw a little down in here. Just a little bit. Really, I just want to put a little something here to keep it from rusting. If that rusts, it'll start making everything tight and not want to move. Now, you don't want to use any grease. You want to use actual purpose-made brake parts lubricant. Pop these in. When in doubt, look at the old one you took out. Mostly I've worked on the newer trucks. So, tag goes towards the front. A little locking tag goes towards the front. As in this guy goes towards the front of the truck. There we go. I could have sworn the old ones are different. You don't have to swear at it much, just enough. Also helps if you orient the clip correctly. There we go. And now I want to slip this guy in and make sure it's going to ride nicely. Sometimes aftermarket parts, the stuff fits too tight and you have to sand it down a little bit to get it to fit. That actually felt like it fit really good, which I've had good luck with this Detroit axle stuff in the past. It's all very reasonably priced and seems to work quite well. All important things to me. There we go. Detroit Axle does send some of that copper anti-seize with it, but FedEx, being what FedEx is, it was really hard with the package, and basically that stuff kind of exploded into a bunch of nothingness. So none of that for me. And I prefer this stuff anyway. So there you go. Oops, and then drop your nuts on the ground. Yeah. I know it seems silly, but if I can move that by hand, that pretty much tells me this is all good. Did you see where that nut went? Well, professional YouTuber here, I forgot to record putting this on. I do like to grease the parts where it actually contacts the pad, but just a little coat of grease, not a whole lot. We don't want to cause a mess. Sure, I kind of fucked up over here, and I forgot to put these little wire clips. I don't know if you can see that. These little wire clips. I forgot to put those in on this side. So, oops. I'll do it right the first time, kids. Of course, didn't I forget to record putting this together? Oh, maybe I'll just slip this in it. Whoops. All right, fuck me. I'm starting to be angry, Mikey, now. I got shit all over the f***ing thing. Furious anger. Maybe I need to watch Pulp Fiction. That'll make me feel better about everything. Here we go. I am not sure what these little clips do other than make this difficult. There we go. Now move on to brake hose. I did kind of goof. I ordered the one that had the hose on it for the automatic locking hubs. I think at one point this truck had those. It's got a thing here, but I don't see the airline. But what I wanted these hoses for was they had the little bracket already on it. That way I wouldn't have to fight this clip off, because that did not look fun. So, probably unnecessary, but it's what I did. Now, washers are kind of stamped, and I like to put the rounded part down towards the caliper, because this has got all these grooves in it. I don't know, that's what I like to do. It might be wrong. Just like this brake hose might be wrong. That doesn't fit. I must have quit. All right, that took a little bit of figuring out, but I think I got it figured out now. I know it might seem silly, but it seemed like a good idea just to replace that too, but I don't know. So what I'm doing now is I'm getting this part ready so that I don't have to fight with it. I like it when the new fasteners are the same as the old ones. All right. Nice and easy. You want to feel those dig in and bite, but that's a hollow bolt, so you can't go crazy on it. It's kind of a feel thing for me. And that feels just fine. All right. This is the ABS wire. The ABS on this truck almost works. I'm gonna get everything kind of in place so that I can just quick undo that line and bang it into the hose. Good flare or line wrenches go a long way to making this kind of job easier. Go ahead and get yourself some standard and metric, because you never know what you're going to run into. What the hell is you? Is that a 5/8 on the back side here? Indeed it is. Hopefully these just come apart. Just like that. Now unfortunately, it's not spinning very well at the line here. Now that that is off of there, I can see if I can't get that to loosen a little. That's pretty stuck. Now what I want this thing to spin freely. Woo! Good stuff. Not the recommended way of doing that. But now that spins freely. How hot are you now? Asbestos fingers can handle it. All right. Ouch. Oh, not that asbestos. Whew, that hurt. Don't do that. Don't be dumb like me. This might seem kind of backwards, but that's how I'm choosing to do it. There we go. Now, I'll put this back where it belongs. I have to move you guys while I do this. Well, that was a pain in the butt, but I got it. That bolt comes in from the back side, so it's a little inconvenient. That feels good. Brake lines don't have to be insanely tight. Again, it's kind of one of those things, just it's a feel. Feel it bottom out, give it a little more, call it good. It's a 10mm bleed screw because it's aftermarket. Made in China. Take the cap off the reservoir. We're going to let that bleed down. Grab some brake fluid. That way you can't see if it's leaking at all. The wrong way. That's the way I do it. Sometimes you don't always have help, you know. Let's see, I can see there's a little bit of air coming out yet. Still have a good level on my master cylinder. All right, I got the hose out. It's a little difficult to feel. So I got that on there. Now we can actually watch it and see if there's air in it. I hate doing this by myself, but I usually am. What do we got here? That looks like air to me. Yeah, that looks okay to me. Oh, that feels much better. Perfect. Now that pedal feels good and firm. And we're good and centered on that. Made a big mess. Usually happens. Just hose everything off with some brake cleaner and got a little bit of grease on there. Well, driver's side is done. I'm going to do this passenger side. Same thing, just a little different. I'm probably not going to film it. But we'll touch base after I bleed and get stuff put back together. Party time. Just got a call from my wife that the 6.4 Power Stroke is acting like a 6.4 Power Stroke. And the good news is it's about 700 miles away from me with my family in it. So this might be going out to Montana. Son of a bitch. Unless there's a Ford dealer nearby. They're almost Billings. I'll just go buy the nicest looking 6.7 you can get, I guess. I don't know. Ugh. Oh, these are stuck. Yeah, those are rusty. They were stuck. They were rusty. Ooh, that one is. Well, there's the problem. That's what I thought. That one is stuck. Yeah, that one's really stuck. That's what I thought. The other side was dragging when it got hot, but fine otherwise. And then I decided that actually the problem might have been over here. Oh yeah, that's that shouldn't be like that. That should just come right out. And that's what I thought. Maybe this side was hanging up and making it so the other side was having to work harder. Yeah, that's what that is. Oh, I don't like it when my family travels, and now the truck is giving them trouble. I'm threatening to replace that 6.4 with a 7.3 a couple of years now. It might happen. A 7.3 Power Stroke like this one, or a 7.3 gasser, because I'm digging what I'm seeing with those. Other than some at idle oil pressure problems they're having. There we go. Click, click, boom. Ah, shit. I forgot the stupid little clips on the other side. Look at that. Yes, they came in the other hardware bag. All right, I'll have to go to the other side and put these little, take it all apart just to put these stupid clips back in. I don't even know what good they do. They probably help keep it from dragging. Hardly the worst thing today. Hopefully that truck knocks it off and I can get home. Editing, lots and lots of editing. Oh, fuck me! It's not called Irate Garage for nothing. Oh, shit. It doesn't have to have leather seats or anything. It just needs to run. I don't think the 6.4s can even be forced with the scanner. Okay. If I'm not mistaken. It's entirely possible it needs to do a regen. Once you mentioned that, it's like, you know, I think I had a weird one coming out of Sturgis. Boy, I don't know. I'd drive to the dealership and see what it does. Well, you know that truck as well as I do. You hit the freeway. If it wants to do a regen, it'll do one. If it's all hot. Okay. Sounds like you have a plan, man. Love you.
I love you too.
Okay, bye. Ugh. Don't buy a 6.4. There's my advice for the day. Party on. Goddamn 6.4 piece of shit. What the hell's wrong with me? Get my head examined. I'm no better than that. God damn it, fucking thing. Okay, everything's all torqued up. The pedal feels good. I want to quick clean up, take a break, and then we'll run around and break in the brakes. Break in the brakes. Break in the brakes. Yeah, whatever. ABS light is on, but it was on before anyway, so it ain't a big deal. Pedal feels firm, but not rock hard. I'm gonna go break in the brakes. There's kind of it's like the 30-30-30 rule or 30 rules, something like that. 30 brake applications from 30 miles an hour, 30 seconds apart or something like that. And I guess the idea is to kind of embed the new rotors with material and it'll make it stop better. Let's hit it. Dirt roads are really nice for this. You know, you want to actually get them a little warm, but not hot. If you smell a little bit, that's just fine. I also have the windows down so I can hear them. Make sure they aren't squeaking and squalling too much. I mean, they feel good. Not even really on them hard. I don't know if the exact number of brake applications really matter, but you know, it's the thought that counts. They feel really good. And then fall. Well, the brakes feel good. You can feel them starting to do a little more as you're bedding them in more and more. Well, I think I'm just gonna tool around and stretch the truck's legs a little bit. Not too far from home, and what's nice about around me is there's a lot of little roads, so I can do like 70 miles and never be more than 10 or 15 from home, so I can stay pretty close. And we are back. Everything seems good. The truck seems to be braking fine. Both front brakes are pretty even. It's actually warmer in the back now than it is in the front. But that's not uncommon for these trucks, oddly enough. Other truck does that too. So, must be an airflow thing. But it stops good, doesn't make weird sounds. Everything looks fine. I think it's time to declare victory on this one. And then our other truck is back on the road on the way home. My wife was driving it and it threw a code. It did a reduced power with the wrench on the screen, and it fired around a little bit, got to a parts store, and they pulled the codes and they said there was no code. And now she's driving it, seems just fine. Who knows? So, at any rate, this one might be heading out there. We'll see. And then I might end up doing the rear brakes on this anyway. We'll see. If either one of those things become a reality, you will see it here on iRate Garage. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Be safe. I'll see you next time, guys. Good truck.